Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my first video, where I review a piece of technology. The piece of technology that I'm reviewing today is the Airpods Pros. Yes, I know these are not new or flashy anymore. Well, they're still flashy, but they're not new anymore. They were released back in 2019, but they're still very relevant today in 2021. I'm going to go through my personal thoughts, the pros and cons, and I'll have a disclaimer in the description of the video of how I got these. Okay, so I have a couple of things to say. Firstly, I got these from a relative, so these are not mine. There's some personal info covered here. That's why there's like this piece of paper here. These are not mine, but this does not change how I feel about these at all. Secondly, I have like very small ears, so the seal wasn't as great on mine as they were for other people, but that shouldn't be a problem for you. I just have really small ears. Okay, let's get into the review. So I'm going to start with the cons, as there's not that many for me, and then there's way too many pros to go through, so yeah. So cons, the price is very, very high. So I'm in Canada, so I'm going to be using Canadian dollars. And right now on Apple's website, they're 330 Canadian dollars. Of course, please buy from like Amazon, Best Buy, somewhere where you can get a discount. Lots of times you can find them under 300, sometimes 250. Secondly, they have no volume control on either Android or iOS, like this shattered thing. That's unfortunate, but you can use Siri on iOS, though you cannot summon the Google Assistant with these unless you have Hey Google set up on your phone. I used Android for this review. That's why we're recording this video right now, because none of my iOS devices are really compatible. This is an iPhone 6, iPhone 4, iPod version, Touch. So yeah, I had to use Android for this review. Please take this review with a big grain of salt, because you'll have a much better experience if you're on iOS. With that out of the way, let's get into the pros. The ANC is awesome. The seal I had was a pretty garbage seal. Yes, I know, it was. But that was only because of my freakishly small ears. They still blocked out most of the noise. And the transparency mode is great as well. It does sound a little bit robotic, but it wasn't fatiguing to use. I could have a great conversation with my brother or something and still be fine. The controls, they're pretty good, other than that there's no volume control. Surprisingly, they do work on Android. So that's play, pause, answer and end calls, skip forward, skip back. Those all work. The ANC also works, though you cannot use like the ANC fine tuning on Android. You can only do that on iOS, but the ANC is still amazing, even on Android. It has relatively balanced sound compared to other earbuds, such as Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. This, I don't know, if you don't know, balanced sound kind of means it's flat, where it's closer to a pair of something like Sennheiser HD600s, which are audiophile headphones, rather than like Sony WH-1000XM4s, which have that big bass bump. So bass heads, you probably won't like these, but they still sound fantastic nonetheless. They have dual connect, which is basically a feature where you can keep one in the case charging, yet still use the other one, which is pretty handy for those of you who like to swap earbuds halfway through the day. So, in conclusion, I feel that I can recommend the AirPods Pros to most people, especially if they were in the Apple ecosystem. They are surprisingly decent on Android, although I still wouldn't really recommend them to Android users. If you're in the Apple ecosystem, however, get these. if you have enough money, of course, and you can live without volume control and with a balanced sound. There aren't that many cons, like you saw. Price is high, volume control is a little bit of a bummer, and of course Android isn't really good for these. But for the Apple faithful, I would say these are totally worth it. Thank you for watching my review of the AirPod Pros. Have a wonderful day.